Hey everyone, we got some really big developments out there that we need to be talking about. The Chinese Navy has deployed a massive blockade around the island nation of Taiwan. It has caught the United States off guard. The question is, will this develop into an all-out war? A huge Israeli cyber attack has paralyzed the nation of Iran, and possibly the United States is also involved. We have a serious shortage of pumpkin spice. Okay, maybe not so serious, but lots of other important updates and maybe one or two laughs along the way. We may need just a little bit of that today, at least that's what I think. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in from all over the world about what's going on out there. Important stuff that you need to know. And we try to put a little bit of a smile on things, even though things are getting difficult and rough out there. Because, hey, you can, at the end of the day, you can laugh about things and have a good time, or you can cry about things. And really, nothing really changes. All we can do is do the best that we can, right? So if you have updates that you want to send in, please do use the word update somewhere in your comment. It can be on this video or on any video on this channel, and make sure you give us some sort of geographical location, right? We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. This political season, it is really, really frustrating to know that a lot of our dollars that we spend are being used to counteract us politically. So if you don't like where your money's going investment-wise, you might want to look at where your retirement funds are. If you have a bunch of retirement funds, you may be supporting the other guys or the gal, right? And if you don't like that at all and you want to get out of it and get your investments into something neutral like gold, silver, platinum, Jonathan and his team can talk to you about that. There'll be a link at the end of the video. Moving away from politics for a moment to just geopolitics, major Chinese military drills. This is the first time since May that we saw the Chinese Navy basically encircling the island nation of Taiwan. Navy ships, aircraft, and also live firing of missiles. Basically, they're taking these zones and saying, we're going to do military drills in these zones, and nobody should enter these zones. Making it very difficult for ships to get in and out of Taiwanese ports, lest they risk actually accidentally getting hit by a missile, sort of like going around Yemen. Maybe a little more dangerous. The Chinese Coast Guard doing a full circumnavigation around the island for law enforcement purposes. Obviously, Taiwan is a de facto independent nation, but China claims it as their own. This is an open threat to the Taiwanese president, Lai Ching-te, and I'm sure I butchered that, sorry, but the president there has been forging more ties directly with the United States, military ties and such, China is very unhappy with, and they are letting it be known. The United States Navy was clearly unprepared for this. We don't have any naval assets immediately in the area to challenge these live fire drills. But basically, they are doing a mock blockade around the island, and that's one of their. They can either do a surprise attack on the mainland of Taiwan, or they can launch a blockade trying to make it so that ships, aircraft, and everything like that cannot get into Taiwan. Taiwan would run out of fuel very quickly. They don't have strategic petroleum reserves. They figure they only have to hang on for a few weeks until the United States comes in and breaks the blockade. But the simple fact is the United States may not be able to break the blockade. China has been investing heavily in submarines, all of which go underwater. Some of them actually sometimes come back up. But while they're down there, they can do a lot of damage. Not only that, but China has invested heavily in ballistic missiles, short-range and medium-range ballistic missiles, basically that they can launch from the Chinese coast at U.S. Navy ships. Think about basically what the Houthis are doing, but much, much more sophisticated and a lot more of them. thousands and thousands of ballistic missiles that are designed to sink Navy ships, U.S. Navy ships. It is a very difficult position. All they have to do is just basically make it so that the United States can't break the blockade. If we can't get our Navy ships close, then we can't really do anything about it, right? This is from one of you guys, my legal assistants. That's their name. Steve, I'm not sure that you're aware that there has been a massive cyber attack on all three Iranian government branches. All of their infrastructure is down, including their nuclear sites. I have verified this with a trusted source. This is not good. Now, we've been waiting for the Israeli strike on Iran in retribution for their ballistic missiles that they launched against Israel that may or may not hit stuff. All we know is that the people that are getting locked up in Israel are the people who tried reporting on how the Iranians actually hit some of their targets. So there's that. Israel saying they didn't hit anything, and the reporters that have gone out there and actually tried to find the impact craters and looked at and released some of that information, they're the ones who are actually in jail now, U.S. citizens among them. So we're waiting for this airstrike, missile attack, something, and we get this massive cyber attack against Iran. Now, maybe this is the Israeli strike. And if that's the case, well then, no missiles were thrown. Just, a lot of damage can be done with these cyber attacks. Now, Israel, when they do these cyber attacks, oftentimes it seems like the United States is helping them. It seems like the NSA, CIA is providing them with digital weapons, essentially. And I know that the United States was really putting a lot of pressure on Israel not to hit certain sites within Iran, promising to give financial assistance. And so this may be the Biden administration's solution to this problem, where Israel hits back with a cyber attack and then it doesn't provoke another missile attack on Israel. I don't know. We will see in the coming days. So far, Israel is not claiming credit for this attack, which if you're doing a retribution strike, usually you claim it, right? But Israel sometimes doesn't do that. Some people go to bed and they explode, and Israel doesn't say that it was them. So, who's to say? Chuck Roast says West Central Montana local grocery store had dairy shelves approximately 80% empty this weekend. Very surprising. That's Central Montana. Anyone else seeing any dairy issues out that way? Let us know in the comments down below. Okay, this one's a little less serious, but we're going to cover it anyway because, hey, it's a shortage. The Last Pirate says, this is a major crisis. It isn't even Halloween, and pumpkin spice coffee is disappearing from the coffee aisles at least 3 different retailers. I didn't know peppermint and gingerbread were representative of October. I hope people are stocked up on their pumpkin spice coffee in August when it was abundant. Maybe by December, I will be able to get some Valentine flavored coffee. I hope this year's flavor is low self-esteem, tears of the lonely. Have a great day, everyone, and be blessed in the knowledge that pumpkin spice reign of terror is over. All right. Hopefully you got a little chuckle at least out of that one. Kelly says, we got an email from our hospital system. This one's no laughing matter. In Western Massachusetts, they are rationing the IV bags and canceling any unnecessary surgeries due to the shortages. So we are tracking this IV shortage. IV bag shortage, and we're seeing that this is nationwide. It is also giving us some other impacts here too. German Shepherd says Florida is low on O negative blood, and the IV bags are not as full as normal, and certain meds are not available. So if you're down in Florida, you might want to check out the blood shortage out there. When there's hurricanes and people are all just focused on other things, less people are donating blood. If you can give blood, please do consider doing that. At this time, I'm not a big fan of Red Cross. for donating blood, but there are other avenues to give blood. So check out, if there are other organizations in your area, not nonprofits, even for-profit businesses that are taking blood donations. Check into those, and you might find an alternative way to go. Jennifer says, no eggs available at all right now at our local shops. This is in Queensland, Australia. I just talked to a couple Australians today. Kathy says, Northeast Wisconsin. Steve, last night we heard on the news Pure Prairie Poultry just closed down. This is Wisconsin. They are located in Iowa. It was a huge operation. This affected it was in Iowa. But it affects farmers in Wisconsin, Michigan, as well as Iowa. Our farmers said that they can't afford to pay for the feed. It was under contract that Pure Prairie paid these farmers to raise these chickens. Now farmers are literally giving them away. No money, no feed. And it estimated from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars that these farmers are losing. It's in the news here. Now think about this. Pure Prairie filed bankruptcy. They were denied and they just closed down. They didn't pay any of the people that they owed money to. They just shut down and said, tough luck. Pray for these farmers in these 3 states. And also think about how this is going to impact chicken and egg supplies out there too, friends. Holly says, I was in Meijer last week in Champaign, Illinois. If you're on food stamps, you receive a discount on certain foods, such as milk. Those of us that work hard for our money have to pay full price. Yeah, that one kind of rubs me the wrong way too. I mean, is it the price or is it not the price? I get giving people financial support. Honestly, I really think that the food stamps program should go back to putting boxes together of staples and then people getting the boxes as opposed to, I don't know, maybe I know there's a lot of people who are on Social Security that get food stamps. I know, but I think that the food stamps program should be making sure people have food, not focusing in on these people who are abusing the program. Not everybody is, obviously. A whole bunch of you guys are getting assistance like that, and I know that you guys aren't abusing it, but there are people really abusing it, and because they're getting cash, essentially, and they're selling their food stamp money to get cigarettes and to get other things, and they're working their way around the system, and people are getting 2, 3, 4, 10, 20 different food stamp accounts, and we know that's happening. We know that's happening. How many times do you have to cross the border to get 10 food stamp cards? Anyway, Betty says, East Tennessee, Sevierville, Food City, and Kroger, both well stocked with water and canned goods, even after sending lots up to East Tennessee and North Carolina. Sam's Club is restocked on water, but out on a lot of things. No small and medium-sized rubber gloves. That's a good thing to have. Nitrile gloves, definitely need to have a bunch of those in stock, and you do have to rotate them every so often too. No self-rising flour, no powdered milk, no packaged peanut butter and crackers. Those are another thing. Crackers, those prepared crackers, make sure that you rotate those too because they get really stale, and been there, done that. No store brand Blue Dish soap. They had Dawn, 1 gallon for $16. Plenty of trash bags, but I spent $60 on 3 boxes. Yikes. Out of store brand toilet paper still, but they seem to have more and more of the convenience type pre-made meals, like twice baked potatoes, pre-cooked chicken for fajitas, what I call lazy man food, and all very expensive. Thanks for what you do. And this is from Lisa Preps, Columbus, Ohio. Kroger coffee section is way down. I would say that the section on the aisle is less than what it has been, what we've been used to even over the past couple months. PJ says, East North Carolina. The shortages are the new normal. They have changed the layout of all the large grocery stores here. Super Walmarts have reduced the footprint for groceries by at least half. There is half as much shelf space and freezer space used for groceries and household essentials. That tells me the days of the big box are nearly over. All right, friends, please do keep your reports coming in. It's super useful. I know a lot of you guys get a lot of value out of it, so you guys sending in your updates are helping a lot of other people. A lot of times when you send in your updates, it's getting out in front of 30, 40,000 people. So I really appreciate you guys who have been faithful and dependable in getting those things and getting useful information out. Don't forget to ask questions of people that working at the stores, managers especially, and other people that know stuff like truck drivers. Sharing that information that you're collecting out there is super useful. I appreciate you guys. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right up there. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement account, there's a link right there. Thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.